In the past 2 years, I've transitioned from living for the weekend, being so full of fear and anxiety that I've regular panic attacks, to reconditioning my mental and physical health while taking steps towards cultivating inner peace. It's not been easy, but I've laid out the 3 most significant things I've noticed since getting my life together. Number 1, people call you boring. There's been times where people have been out hitting the club or having the time of their lives, and I've chosen to stay at home, maybe to work on my business or to just not be hungover the next day when spending quality time with friends or family. From someone who used to feel a need to go out and drink every single weekend, twice on Fridays, Saturdays and maybe even Sundays, this was quite a transition for me to make. Some friends would call me boring and wonder whether I even fit in with them anymore, especially because nobody could understand why I wanted to stay at home. And to be honest, I couldn't blame them. A year prior to that, I would have thought the exact same before I started my journey of self-improvement. But I realised that drinking every weekend just put me further away from my goals. And remember that the people that don't stick around when you are improving your life are usually the ones that were holding you back in the first place. So it's a win-win really. Number 2, things don't excite you like they used to anymore. Alcohol, drugs, fast food, all of those are short-term gratification and low return on investment activities. They feel good at the time, but long-term they cause damage. And getting your life together means choosing short-term gratification over long-term gratification in every single aspect that you can. And you know what that means in the end? That those short-term dopamine fixes just don't get you up anymore. Trust me when I say this is a good thing. This means that you're closer to getting joy out of the real aspects of life. Meaningful relationships, improving your health, long-term projects, because you know what it's doing to you long-term, the damage that it's causing, mentally and physically, and that's progression you won't ever regret. Number 3, you get used to being uncomfortable. When I first started my journey, I was focusing on activities that were short-term pain, long-term gain. So that's things like lifting weights, running long distances, starting tricky businesses. This meant making myself uncomfortable, putting a strain on myself physically and mentally. Just as when we go to the gym, work out and strengthen our muscles, when we challenge ourselves mentally, we become more resilient and better at solving problems. I first noticed this in my 9 to 5, where high stress environments and situations just didn't faze me anymore. I then noticed it at the death of a family member. So obviously I was upset, but I didn't react in the same way that I would have before my journey of self-improvement. Instead of feeling sorry for myself and focusing on the regret, I focused on what I can change and what I can do differently in the future. Feeling sorry for myself didn't even enter my mind. I just manned up and did what I had to do to support my family. And those are the 3 biggest things I've noticed since getting my life together. Getting your life together is the one thing that no one in history has ever regretted. And trust me when I say the best time to start is right now. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you did, I'd really appreciate for you to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.